light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, let's face it, you bout to get a beat down, less talking, let's take it to the streets now, ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight, touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, turn off the light, let's get it poppin', go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 for a Monday night Shoe Shine Boxing, Shoe Shine Sports, Slugged Out Sports Monday night recap. Saludos everybody joining us out there. Shout out to AC Walker. Yay, I ain't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Mom Food, great to see. Oh, such a great start to the show to see some lovely people in the chat. I appreciate you guys. And to be honest, I'm not sure. I sent out the invitation to Drew Evo. Drew, are you out there? Let me text you again. Also, I sent out an invitation to my other co-host right here in Las Vegas, Vince at 702 Man Cave, Slugged Out Sports. We'll see if he pops on here. Very interesting weekend, guys, because I didn't have my typical favorite thing to do on Saturday night, which is watch boxing, watch combat sports. I did have some boxing on Friday night, ESPN. That's right, Jake Paul made his debut of his promotional company, MVP. He brought it to ESPN. Some of you hardcore fans will know that Top Rank got the C'est La Vie from ESPN. It's been a while since Top Rank's been with ESPN. And now we have the return of boxing, but it was women's boxing. I'm going to talk about that. Whether or not you saw it, women's boxing at the top of the food chain on ESPN in terms of boxing content. Of course, in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, it was all about Wrestlemania. Whether you like wrestling or not, I asked people this past week, I don't know, I was driving around in my car and I proposed a question, but how old is too old to be a fan of wrestling? I know a lot of my peers are like, you know what, man, that's for 12-year-olds. But then there's a lot of people that still enjoy the theatrics and enjoy the productions and enjoy the theater, the sports entertainment. And at the end of the day, guys, to be honest, boxing is sports entertainment as well, except it's a brutal sport and it can leave people with serious, long-lasting injuries, even resulting in death. So it's not like scripted wrestling, but in a way, there's a lot that can be borrowed. In fact, as I wait to see if I'm gonna put the link here and see if my other co-host Vince is gonna join me or anybody, I copy the link. What's up, SoCal Darius? Good to have you in the chat. Appreciate it as well. Let me see here. It's copied and yeah, as I was saying, the melding. The blending of the boxing world. Hey, Vince, I put the link up there if you want to join me so I'm not solo. Because if I'm solo, I'm going to end up having to drink this bottle, guys. And also, I need to make an announcement. This week, I've been trying to do 2 live streams. We got 2 different products on my channel. This week, I have family coming. So they're coming tomorrow. And we spent most of the day tidying up and preparing. And I bought a new bottle of tequila for the family that's coming over. And I'm going to finish this one. That's all that was left. Half a shot to relax myself. That's it. Kill that bottle. Kill that bottle. All right, where's everybody at? Vince, if you want to join the panel, let me know. But I wanted to share this with you guys. Let's talk about people that were in the audience for WWE's Wrestlemania at Allegiant Stadium. Of course, Vince will be joining me. He is the uncle of this spectacular young man, one of Las Vegas's fastest rising boxing superstars, Emiliano Vargas, front row seats. Look at that treatment he got at WrestleMania. He's not old, too old. And shout out to him. It was his 22nd birthday this weekend, celebrating WrestleMania. Invited him, and look at that. That's awesome. But he's not the only adult in the building. Like I said, it's sports entertainment, guys. One of my favorite football players, period. One of my favorite football players. George Kittle, such a big wrestling fan. He's got a tradition. He's always at WrestleMania. George Kittle, tight end for the 49ers, one of the best tight ends in the NFL, making his traditional appearance for 2 nights. And he also brought his friend. You know what's interesting? He brought a friend. I'm talking about Usyk. Vince is going to join. And he's got a tradition. Oh, Vince, you got to mute that. Kittle, tight end for the 49ers, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. You got to mute that. Making his traditional appearance for 2 nights, and he also brought his friend. That's what I sound like. Momfu says, "Hello, man cave."
What's up?
I just showed that picture of Emmy, who celebrated his 22nd birthday. Vince, did he tell you anything about those seats?
No, I haven't talked to him.
Oh man, look at these seats.
Man, that's nice. He deserves that, you know. So
we're gonna do a little bit of boxing, a little bit of wrestling. We have a massive, you and me. You know, I asked my wife, I was like, should I wear the Giants hat? Should I wear my Giants hat? She's so upset at her. She's really upset at my team, man. I'm like, come on, I gotta wear that hat. Where is that hat? Hold on a second.
There's nothing wrong with that. Go get the hat.
Oh my goodness.
Wear with pride. There you go.
Giants fans in hiding as we approach a 3-day series against the Dodgers. Oh man, I got some news on that, obviously. But listen, George Kittle was there too, man, at WrestleMania. You know, one of my favorite guys. I was wearing the 49ers hat just now. His buddy, it's not Usyk. Usyk. It's like Usyk, but with the J. You know?
Yeah.
He's part of that spectacular team. They're like best friends. He won this amazing poker tournament, dude. Here it is. Check this out. What did he win? He won a massive poker tournament while everybody's at wrestling. Usyk, and I guess, you know, because Usyk's wife is best friends with Kittle's wife, and they have their own podcast on YouTube about being 49er wives. They have their own show. So, while Kittle was messing around at WrestleMania, he's out here winning this poker tournament.
Nice.
Vince, there was a lot of talk about what happened at WrestleMania. Was WrestleMania one of the best, or was it one of the worst? But also about people in Las Vegas or fans of WrestleMania, because I got something to share with you. I don't know if you saw this, but they have the wrestlers staying at the MGM Grand in the regular rooms, right? Regular rooms.
Wow.
They had to walk through the MGM lobby. And I'm talking about, like, there's multiple famous wrestlers who were harassed. In fact, you saw that? CM Punk almost caught an assault charge, or somebody caught an assault charge because they tried to touch his wife inappropriately, I guess.
Oh.
A lot of stuff where fans were just not behaving, I guess, people behaving badly. Like nowadays, people, I guess they think that they have the right, like, here's it all started with this. On Thursday night at the Horseshoe, let's play this clip. Wrestling legend, well, that's what it says here. Big Vito, they were having a wrestling convention, WrestleCon. Look at this guy, and that's the wrestler. This guy was looking to, you know, harass this wrestler and say stuff to him to get under his skin, and it ended up into a scuffle at the Horseshoe. And you see, I think he gets tossed.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it all started Thursday with the shenanigans where people are being really disrespectful to these wrestlers and starting shit. And look at that, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Fans behaving badly is how I say it. So then you get to this weekend and everybody finds out that the wrestlers are staying at the MGM, and they're not staying, like, MGM has these suites, bro, that you can like go to these suites through private entrances. They have like some very luxurious rooms. They put up the wrestlers through the regular elevators, and fans Friday and Saturday night were just waiting for them to harass them to say, can I get an autograph? You know, some of them are, can I get an autograph? And some of them were doing much worse stuff. And I guess CM Punk, they had to call the police because somebody tried to touch his wife.
Well, that's what that fan gets for trying to touch his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, never do that. Even if you're not a celebrity or just somebody try to touch your wife, you do the same too. You know, you're not supposed to do that. Like people, some of these wrestling fans are weird. You know, I hate to say that because you know it's like the injuries are real. You know, but come on, when a big dude hits you, you don't fall down. Like, come on, dude. But you know, wrestling is sports. It's entertainment.
Yes.
You know, and some of these fans, like, you know, the ones that dress up, they're pretty crazy dressing up, you know? It's like, dude, I know they love doing it. It's just cool and all that stuff, but you look at them like, you're a grown man. It's like out here in Vegas, we got all these Raider fans. Like,
yeah,
I know you've seen the Power Ranger guy, an older man wearing tights. Like, what the hell? You know? It's like, what are you doing? You got kids, you know, or grandkids.
The Raiders had the black hole. But, you know, I hope you don't think he's weird. But look, George Kittle, like I said, I was mentioning George Kittle. He's just a giant big kid at heart. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him. So
enjoy
he's
life.
Obafemi. That's this guy. Oh. I mean, George Kittle does all the, you know, it's like he's just a giant big kid.
He deserves it, you know.
It's the offseason. By the way, he's almost fully healed from his, you know, he had a horrible injury last year, and he's been recovering, rehabilitating, and he's just out there having a good time, drinking some beer, but it's all good. He's not acting crazy like these fans, bro. So how does it? Here's a video of one fan that went viral, bro. I don't know if you saw this guy, but this is one thing I always worry about in going to a stadium, man. This kid, I don't know if he was drunk or he passed out or if he took something, but he almost ate it. Did you see that guy? Look, here we go again. What the hell, bro?
He was on a good one.
He was on a sick one. He just kind of like put his head down and then just barrel rolled down this. Like,
hey, thank God he was on the edge, because if he was on the edge, he flew over, you know?
So you got some big news in your immediate family. Last week we touched about it a little bit. We talked about that. The two of the Vargas Dynasty brothers, your nephews Amato and Fernando Jr., signed to BKB, and I got a little, because BKB was on YouTube, man. For me, it's a little bit hard to watch, but I was definitely curious because I'm like, okay, I know there's BKB and BKFC, and I wanted to watch a little bit, and I guess I must have missed it, but you sent me some Instagram stuff that Amato went to the show, and he got in the ring with one of the current champions.
Yes,
and that was very exciting. That's exactly wow. Hey, shout out to the promotion for making them get out there and promote this next thing, next venture.
They're gonna do good because it's 2-minute rounds. It's like amateur boxing, you know. It's 2-minute rounds, man. They can throw a lot of punches.
So it's not fast. 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes.
No,
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah, I'm not worried about them.
Good, you know, good. Because
2 minutes, man. These guys they're fast. They're real fast.
I'm sure that the decision wasn't made quickly. I'm sure it was made with the whole family and a lot of praying, perhaps maybe even some praying about it and thinking about long about it. So you think you favor their chances in it? I saw a little bit of course, it's bloody. The only thing I noticed about that is that they use a triangle ring.
Yeah, that's what they sucks.
I'm like, hey, I hope the sooner they because I think you could modify the square ring at their gym, and now you cut it in half, and now you got the triangle gym. You got the triangle ring.
I wonder how you're gonna spar. You know, it's gonna be weird.
That's because you got to get your feet. You got to get the feet accustomed to that triangle, because all boxers and amateur, you're used to the rectangular ring, and now you got this triangle, and so they have to figure out, I'm up against the rope now. But anyways, Amato fought Dean the Great, Last week we were watching him and Adrian Broner. We're in Las Vegas. And unfortunately for a lot of the people involved in live streaming, and you and I have firsthand knowledge of the shenanigans live streamers do in Las Vegas, but these guys are on Kick, and Kick has a younger audience, a lot younger people, so they want to see crazy stuff. And sometimes we know for a fact, we both know that people that live stream to get views, sometimes you got to get involved in shenanigans. Yep. So Dean the Great, unfortunately, I'm talking about people harassing wrestlers. So I don't know if this guy was actually harassing Dean, but it's going to get pretty serious, and I won't be surprised if we hear anything about it this week, about an arrest.
I need another drink, and we gonna vibe.
So Dean the Great's out. Dean the Great is out like he was with Adrian Broner last week, enjoying himself. And like these wrestling fans, this gentleman decides he wants to be in the live stream, right? And you can see Dean the Great's a little annoyed because he's doing his thing. Yeah. He's performing. It's his channel. And we have a perfect stranger at a nightclub that decides I want to talk to him and whatever. I want to meet him. I want to be on stream. I want some attention. Well, he's going to get a lot of attention that you're going to see. Okay, cool. There's a hand.
Get out my frame, my nigga.
Get out my frame. Okay. Yeah. He gave him a pound. He said, okay, I met you. But he's,
Get out my frame. Why are you upset? Get out my frame. I'm not going to ask you again. Straight up. Straight up. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm not going to ask you again. Okay, but why are you upset? Get out my frame, my nigga. I'm a therapist. Hey, Tucker. I'm a therapist.
So you know what's coming.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Get cut my shit, bro. I'm a therapist, bro.
I'm a therapist, he says. Oh, sorry, it's breaking up, guys. But, you're about to see something.
Hey, get on.
They've asked him to leave repeatedly. By the way, man, this also happened in LA to a very famous singer this past week, Ice Spice. There you go, man. He got a 3-piece combo laid out. He laid him out. He warned the kid repeatedly, leave me alone, get out of my frame. We're filming here. Man, that's kind of brutal. Well, it's going to be up to. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Was that a reason to throw a 3-piece combo and then hit him once he got knocked out? Because the guy is crying. He went obviously to all the major news publications that he could, TMZ and everything. He's busted up. He got his ass beat. His face is all busted up. And now what does he want, Vince?
But you know what Dean should have done? Dean should have turned his back on him. And when the guy grabbed Dean, then Dean should have done what he done. You know that?
Yeah.
Because he touched him. He assaulted him. I'm watching I'm watching videos of these guys that film people. They stand there and just film you. And people just touch their little thing that's like you assaulted them. So if he touched Dean's shoulder, that's assault. And Dean just pounded him. But Dean shouldn't have hit him when he was on the floor like that. He should have just dropped him and just leave.
So, yeah, like I mentioned, I don't know if my internet is really slow or if we're having a slow stream, but I'm having a slow response to loading pictures on this. But this is a picture of what the guy looks like now. Let me know what you guys think in the chat if you're watching. This is him busted up now. Look at his eye. He's got it all short. And, there's a bunch of jokes in here. Oh, this dude was just looking for a payday and whatnot.
Well, he got one.
So he says here the dude, he has an eye injury, a broken nose, fractured face, and is planning to sue. I need a good lawyer to take this guy down so we can all teach him a lesson. Are people intentionally doing this now, like to celebrities? Because, now, like I said, Ice Spice in Los Angeles, that went viral in Hollywood. Some girl just walked up and decided she was trying to sit down next to the singer having a cheeseburger at McDonald's. And next thing you know, it goes outside, and the singer Ice Spice, man, she almost got knocked out unconscious on the concrete floor. So people just feel entitled. I mean, like, what happened to respecting people's personal space?
I know that's what sucks about being a celebrity, And it's rare that you get to see let's just say your favorite tight end's out here, and you got a chance to see him, and he's right there. You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna
I need a picture.
Yeah, he might be like in a bad mood or something, and
Now, in this situation, this guy, he was asking for a conversation Dean the Great didn't want to have. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Why you hate? Well, why are you acting? Bro, I asked you to leave. That's it. I gave you a handshake or whatever, a pound.
Yes.
And the same thing happened with Ice Spice, too. Ice Spice was like, hey, okay, you came and said hello. Please let me eat my meal. But no, they looked to instigate that. Oh, hello to Penny Marmar. She says that girl was hitting her up in Hollywood and wanted a reaction. Exactly. Yeah, I seen the video. It looks like people are out here intentionally. There's a culture now where people are looking to,
get that bag, as they say. I want that bag.
Thank you, Vince. Thank you. I think the same thing happened with that CM Punk situation in front of the MGM. And here's that video of CM Punk, because this guy's also going to try to sue. And he's probably going to try to sue the MGM. Security was standing right there. He could have got bad. I mean, he could have done what Dean the Great did. You can't hear the audio, but in this video, the guy is the guy who could have got his ass beat for disrespecting the guy's wife, touching the wife on the shoulder. I don't know. He put hands on CM Punk's wife. You don't touch somebody. You see that?
No, hell no.
So. And he's like, oh man, what are you having a bad day, man? You what's wrong with you, man? What are you having a horrible week? Like, bro, just leave these people alone.
I know.
Vince, you got a great point, man, because Box Fan Expo is coming up Cinco de Mayo, May 2nd here in Las Vegas. It's one of those things, and your nephews did it. Fernando Vargas does it sometimes. They had a booth last year. It gives people like fans an opportunity. It's not free, but it gives you an opportunity to meet your favorite fighter and take a picture with them and have a couple of minutes or a minute with them and respectfully maybe ask them a question. Maybe ask them, hey man, what was your favorite fight? Like this was my favorite fight watching you. This is how I would do it. Hey, when you fought Morales, oh my God, man, that was one of my favorite fights ever. What did it feel like? It's during that fight, these are the things a sports fan should ask. You say thank you, you get the picture, you get the autograph, maybe they sign your glove, and you walk away. Man, there's no reason to harass people. But man, it's wild. Your nephew Emiliano, like I said, he's quickly thrusting into superstardom. Obviously, your other nephews are going to be joining BKB. Yeah. They're going to be getting it. Shout out to Jose El Compita. I appreciate you. Shout out to Penny and Mom Food. But what do you guys think? Are fans out of control?
But one thing about that family, they love their fans. Like, it's crazy because when we go eat with Fernando, a fan wants a picture, he'll stop eating just to take a picture with them. Because Fernando loves his fans.
That's wonderful.
And he'll sign. You catch him out on the street, whatever, he'll sign whatever you want. The whole family's like that. They'll take pictures with you. They're not like, oh no, I'm busy. No, come here. And it's like when I used to go to the fight system, I used to go with them because I'm like, go with them. Sometimes I do, but not really, because like when you leave, he'll take pictures with all his fans. So you leave before the fight's over, but it takes 45 minutes to get out of there or an hour to get out of there. It's like, man. But
I've seen him in action. I've seen him in action.
Oh my gosh.
Shoot, I just went to the Fountain Blue and I was talking to Gabe Flores Jr. of Las Vegas, formerly Stockton fighter, and he was with Fernando, and fans were accosting Fernando. You had obviously boxing media like me wanting to talk and get a quick interview, and you got people that just want to take a picture. Oh shoot, that's so and so. Let me get a picture, and
they love it.
I'm no different, man. I'm no different. There's been plenty of times I've seen fighters that are like, oh my God, that's. I'll tell you guys a quick story. There was a time where maybe 15 years ago, Nonito Donaire was fighting a Mexican fighter named Montiel. And I was at Mandalay Bay with my wife, and I said, I got to go take a piss, and I got to get a beer. And the main event was starting, Vince. I think it was round 1. And then I see Floyd Sr. Sr. Yeah, I never met him. I ended up having a great conversation with Floyd Floyd Sr. when I first moved here, Floyd Mayweather Sr. When I moved here. And I got starstruck, and I was like, oh, I got to get a picture with him. I started walking down the stairs, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, the crowd's going crazy. Nonito knocked out the Mexican dude, Montiel. So I missed the fight because I was being a stalker, or not a stalker, but I was excited. I was taking pictures. I was being a fan. I missed the knockout.
Yeah, that sucks.
Drew's gonna join us. Shout out to Sonteo Media. Let me put Drew on here. We'll all get in here real quick somehow. Add to the right. Okay, no, we're on three-way screen here. Okay, cool, man. What's good, Drew? Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's up, Drew? How you doing, Drew?
I could be a hell of a lot better right now. How you been?
I'm just living the life, living Las Vegas. You need to come on here.
That's what she said. But the Flyers are up 2-0 in the series now against the Penguins. We won 3-0 tonight.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that because I'm so excited
and
about
the Knights won yesterday. They were losing too.
They were losing 4-2. Shout out to them for coming back. And Drew's excited because obviously the Philadelphia Flyers versus Pittsburgh. Man, what is that a real rivalry, Drew? To hate on Pittsburgh?
Yes.
You guys hate each other, right?
We hate Sidney Crosby, and like if you look at it like this, we were a huge underdog in this series, and we are actually dominating the Pittsburgh Penguins for 2 games already.
Man, that's amazing. Let me move these graphics here just a quick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Drew, I wanted to get your quick opinion about, we were just talking about WrestleMania, but Newsweek magazine said that it was one of the worst that they've ever seen. And then some people were saying that there was way too many commercials. There was nearly 1 hour of commercials. Of what you saw, was it one of the worst or what?
I look at it like this. I thought that they were running through matches quickly. I didn't like the time frame of the matches. I think the longest match at WrestleMania was actually 35 minutes, and that was night 2 main event. Other than that, you had 2 10-minute women's championship matches.
That's crazy.
You had Brock and Omar Febby under 5 minutes.
By the way, Brock retired, right?
Yeah. Brock seemingly retired. The one I show speed match that lasted 11 minutes. The ladder match, the 6-guy ladder match only lasted 15 minutes. And then these commercials and everything, and then before the night 2 main event, you were on a screen. It was on a commercial break for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
what's going on?
Okay, we talked about streamers. We've been talking about streamers. Obviously, Dean the Great, but iShowSpeed's got to be one of the biggest streamers in the world. And I got to say, my wife found me on the couch at 3:00, Vince, because I thought I was gonna go on Mario's show, and I think Mario just went live. Shout out to Mario Mujia and Fighting FX. And she catches me on the couch watching this iShowSpeed Logan Paul, and I was laughing like a little kid, bro. I was laughing so hard. I was having a good time watching this nonsense.
Hey, he's crazy for getting on that pole and jumping off there.
Dude, he really is a gifted. He's a smaller guy. He's 5'8", but he really is a gifted athlete. I saw how much air he got. That was ridiculous.
I thought when he did that little bounce, I thought he was gonna fall backwards.
And to not hurt himself, to land right on the target, that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. And then I guess what? And then he switches side, and Logan Paul was so mad. Oh, it reminded me of being a little kid again. My wife's like, "Oh God, please don't get into this."
I look at it like this. I thought last year was way better than this year.
Okay, so you bring up something important, guys. Okay, this is Allegiant Stadium, the home of the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. This year, this is what the crowd looked like. 55,000 people on Sunday night, but I think Saturday was capped at 45,000. It looks like a great time. Obviously, it can hold about 65,000 people. So last year was better, Drew?
Yeah, and I tell you this right now, I would not be surprised at next year's Ross because it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. And there's a lot of backlash over that.
Yep.
If you look at it like this, WrestleMania is a North American show. It should always be in North America somewhere. Because it's the biggest show of your company. You're an American-based company. You should have this. You should have this in a North American city. And it should not be in Saudi Arabia because that alienates a lot of your fans to go in there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, the travel packages to get to Saudi Arabia, the price is going to be outstanding as it is, instead of the price for the tickets.
I honest to God can't imagine flying halfway across the world. Like, I have no idea who could do that. Man, that's crazy.
And to watch wrestling.
And plus, you can't really get into it. So, the Japanese people, they're technically, Japanese culture is a lot quieter than Americans, but they love boxing. And we're just 2 weeks away from one of the greatest fighters of this generation, Inoue, taking on the biggest test of his life in Nakatani. And they have sold exactly 55,000 full capacity, completely sold out May 2nd. This is going to be one of the greatest boxing matches of the year. And it's sold out. But they don't make a lot of noise. No. That's not how they very quiet. Maybe they go, that's good.
And they know who the Americans are when they're there.
But they love boxing, man. And same thing with baseball, by the way. Oh man. Drew, do you have a prediction, Drew? I'll ask Drew since he's a neutral person in this. Drew, the SF Giants are going to play the Dodgers tomorrow for 3 games.
Oh, no need to ask. You already know I'm picking. I don't. If you look at it like this,
sweep. Is it a sweep?
I think it may be a sweep, but if you look at it like this, I don't think the Dodgers are going to repeat. Are going to three-peat. I don't think a three-peat's going to happen. I think, though, if you look at it, the bullpen is actually doing good now. And there was a Achilles heel to got to the World Series, and they were struggling last year with it. They're doing good so far this year. If they make it to the playoffs, it might backfire. There might be a back around and say, oh, the bullpen sucks in the playoffs. But
San Diego's doing good right now, too.
I really look at it like this. I think the biggest threat to the Dodgers in the NL as of right now is the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I really think that. I told people I don't think the Eagles. I think the Phillies are going to win the 85 games the way they're playing. I think a lot of shit's got to happen. I think Rob Thompson needs to be fired. He does not hold his star players accountable. I think the hitting coach needs to be fired because they swing at anything. They're still undisciplined. They're playing hero ball. And when you sign another pitcher to a contract and he's 1-3 with a 7.13 ERA.
Ooh.
And everything. Thank God Alan Nola's at least 1-1 with a 4.3 ERA and everything. But I think will it get better? It might get better. They might get hot and everything. Do I trust them in the playoffs? No, I don't trust the Phillies in the playoffs. I look at it. They should have not went it back with this team. I would have traded Alec Bourne. I would have tried to put Turner on the trade block because he's a waste. He's not worth the contract. He sucks. Bryce Harper needs to realize that you can say I feel great all you want, but at the end of the day, you're playing hero ball, and you're proving your GM right when he said you're not an elite player anymore.
Yeah, don't disrespect Bryce Harper, one of Las Vegas's greatest baseball player of all time.
But it's just they're gonna have to make moves at the deadline.
I'll tell you what, Drew. If you don't want Bryce when the Athletics move to Vegas, man, I'm sure the Athletics wouldn't mind taking him. Bryce.
I tell you the truth, I would not be surprised if in the next 2 years Bryce Harper's not a Philly. That's how I see it right now. I look at it like this. The Phillies are 8-13. The Mets.
Welcome to the club.
People thought the Mets were going to be good. They were in last place in the division with 7 wins.
Well, Drew, at least you got the Flyers, the Philly Flyers, to root behind.
Yeah, you got the Sixers, the horrible too. The Sixers
wait a minute.
The worst front office in the NBA.
Well, I can't root for the Warriors, but listen, because they suck now. But Drew, what's the name of you got the Phillies Fanatics? That's the one mascot for the Phillies. And then who's the other one? The other one's funny with the big booty for the hockey team.
The Griddle? I don't know I think it's the Griddle.
Yeah. They're both pretty funny. I think you guys have some of the best mascots in all of pro sports. But in case you're wondering, I didn't get, Drew, your assessment of the prediction tomorrow, SF Giants versus the Dodgers. Does the Giants go 0-3 or do we win one?
I think the Giants go 0-3. I think the Giants, if you look at, people thought the Giants were going to be good this year.
Yeah, we got a new coach.
I thought the Giants would at least be middle of the pack and everything.
I told Dave that. I said, don't worry about it. Colorado's going to come in last. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the Giants I thought were going to be middle of the pack. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. So I think they would just be like borderline fighting for a wild card spot and don't make it at the end.
I think our best chances is to win tomorrow night. We're coming off some rest, and but I don't trust Logan Webb at all, and obviously Shohei Ohtani. That game, night number 2, Vince. I think you guys might win like 12-0. It might be with
you know what?
Ohtani. Yeah.
I tell you this right now. I still think the best team in the AL is the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, they already had their rematch.
They're my second favorite team in baseball, Vince. The Toronto Blue Jays.
Right.
Where's the hat? You got the hat?
Let me see. Where's my hat? Where's my Blue Jays?
I got one. Somebody gave me one.
Really?
I got
a long time ago.
I got my one Phillies hat.
Hey, this is very interesting, Vince. I think I'm not sure if I sent you this, but this is very interesting. Fun fact, man. Dodgers versus the Giants record as of today. As of today, look at this. How many games they've played? 1,287. I guess according to this, the Giants have one win over the Dodgers in their entire career, regular season. In the playoffs, no. The playoffs 3-2, 2-3. But this is wild. We're virtually neck and neck as in terms of wins, losses, and draws. But this 3-game series will change all of that. This will all change that. Who brought up the Rockies?
I did. Remember, you kept saying your team. And I said, no, you guys, the Rockies are going to finish last in our division.
Yeah, they're consistently one of the worst teams, obviously, in baseball. But I'll tell you what, I just found this out. In case you're curious about it, who has the cheapest beer? Because going to the ballpark is expensive. The Washington Nationals. The Washington Nationals have the highest priced beer in the entire country, $15.40. That's ridiculous. The San Francisco Giants.
It costs 13 in Citizens Bank Park.
I see. Where's your team, Drew? It claims that you can get a beer at Philly. The Phillies offer a beer for $7.90. This is old, guys. By the way, this is $13.
That's got to be.
This has got to be old. 2024. Well,
the average is probably $15 or $18. The average.
Man, I'm sorry I brought this up. Yeah, actually, going to T-Mobile is $20 for a tall can. Colorado Rockies are still
should be the cheapest because they're with Coors Light, and Coors Light's like drinking canned water, so they should be the cheapest.
The Rockies got gas prices from last year, man. According to that,
I'm probably the only guy that doesn't think one of his team's players is the greatest baseball player of all time.
Hey, did you guys see this guy? This is I've talked about sports fans in general this week. Boxing fans are pretty respectful for the most part, but the wrestling fans were out of control this weekend, getting into it with professionals. Did you guys see this bozo in New York? This guy, he's ripping the ball out of the outfielder. Look at this. Is he okay? Is he all there? He stole the ball out of the house. Like, bro, welcome to a lifetime ban from going to the stadium. Yep. And he's got a full New York Yankees and everything. This bozo just like, what was he on, man? He's having a mental lapse here. What an idiot. Let me interfere with the ball game. I'm sure he's getting a lifetime ban from the stadium. Maybe from all of pro baseball.
Yo, Dave, remember when we were on Mario's show the other day?
Yeah.
And I told you how, and I told you both how I will book Brock versus Oba.
Yeah.
And we watched, and I don't know if you watched the match, but it happened the same way I said it should be. I would booked it.
And I don't know. We talked about whether or not Brock Lesnar would retire, and he did. He did, I guess.
I was watching Alicia Bongano, the fight.
Yeah, let's segue into that. That's very interesting. Go ahead, riff on that, Drew.
And I look at it. She easily beat that girl. But like, here's the thing that I've been wanting to talk about. Even we treated what Carolyn Dubois said. She claims she wants to fight so bad because she wants to make money. And she says everybody wants to see the fight. And let's be honest. Nobody wants to see her fight Dubois. They want to see her fight Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Carolyn Dubois does not deserve this fight. Her two best wins are against the same woman that Alicia Bongano dominated, and she went life to death with. And her best win was against an out of prime Terry Harper. That's a shadow of her former self. That Alicia Bongano gave her the first loss of her career by knocking her out. So her two best wins and Alicia's wins are a common resume. Alicia's beaten them and beat better versions of them. And dominated better versions of them. So how could anybody tell me that Dubois is a threat? Dubois deserves a fight with Alicia Bongano. You haven't beaten. Here's the thing. Maybe if you want to fight, how about you fight Michaela Mayo?
Man, yeah, we were talking with that. He just fights ATW. .com. We were talking about that, and he let me know that the weight disparity is so far apart, even though they're both under MVP, that might be too far. They've come too far apart. I really wish that. Michaela, she's a world champion now, but she jumped up like 2-3 weight classes at this point. Yeah. And it'd be pretty hard for her. But let's hear what Alicia had to say following her win, following a lot of people calling for that fight that want to see her fight Dubois, the sister of...
when you talk about Dubois and Alicia Baumgartner, two different people, I separated that. Majority decision. Now listen here, listen closely. When they're on the internet talking, majority decision when it came to Dubois. And 3 minutes, unanimous when it came to Alicia Baumgartner. Two different levels. So when we talk about, common opponents, I'm different, and I'm her. And Bo, we need to put her in more fights. She's awesome, man. It was a great fight.
Drew, I saw the fight. I think it was very entertaining. That fight against a Korean fighter named Shin. That girl Shin, who is a common opponent. She's talking about her. Man, she really put her heart into that fight. She had no quit in her, man. She took Alicia's best shots and kept coming. She even caught a second wind. It was a good fight.
But I look at it like this. I think Dubois needs to fight more. She needs another name. Her resume, if you look at it, is thin. I don't think she deserves Alicia Bongano yet. Because if you look at it, those two common opponents just pose that you will probably get your ass kicked and everything. But let's look at something else. I'd rather see her fight Katie Taylor. That's the fight I want to see. I want to see Bongano versus Katie Taylor.
Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with that. I mean, Katie Taylor's on her way out with her career, right? Yeah. Probably could be her last fight of her career. It'd be a great fight. I'm not going to disagree.
Serrano. But I'm going to be, and I look at it like this. I think every time Carissa Shields opens her mouth, she makes an ass out of herself even more. And when she says something about Green that was brutally knocked out, was carried out in a stretcher, is in the ICU for bleeding in her brain.
Oh yeah,
she wants to talk. She needs to know how to shut her mouth. Let me lay into Carissa Shields, because let's be honest. Every time she opens her mouth, she makes an ass out of herself. It doesn't matter if it's on somebody's show, if it's on X, if it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Rumble, you name it, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say she makes an ass out of herself. She's using a boyfriend for clout to get noticed, just to get herself more notice, but doesn't realize the motherfucker used his ex-wife to get noticed because he didn't have a successful rap career. And he's known for waiting for Mary Mom for 7 years in prison, get married to her. I'm going to wait for my wife and be faithful just to cheat on her later, just to cheat on her when she gets out of jail. Just get out of prison. And then the ex-wife disses the hell out of you and Carissa Shields and makes you both look like shit. So let's look at it like this. I can name you probably a lot of streets rappers that had a more successful careers than Papoose. A lot of you ask, who the fuck is Papoose?
That's what I was going to say. Never heard of him.
Thank you. So if we look at it like this, and then they go along, you go along as far as trying to get a fight with a 48-year-old woman that's been retired for 20 years and say you have $15 million. You don't got $15 million. Your promoter's struggling to pay you $1 million minimum for fight and everything. So let's look at it like this. We raised $15 million. What the fuck you do? Have a GoFundMe? Like, come on now. You had the opportunity to earn the bag and go sign the MVP. But you chose not to. You re-sign with your promoter. You have fights in Michigan. You draw in Mexican. Outside of that, you ain't draw nowhere else, and you demand a minimum of $1 million purse, and your team barely can pay you that shit.
Damn, Drew is no fan of Clarissa Shields. I'll say this.
I do. Here's the thing.
She had a good movie.
It's not her fault of the amount of talent that's in her divisions that she competes in. It's not her fault at all. That there's not a lot of fighters
She's heavyweight
in her division that are over 500. It's not her fault, but you should not be talking shit about lower class fighters that are more of a draw than you. And here's the thing. She is not the face of women's boxing.
Oh, hell no.
Who is?
She is not. I'm going to tell you who's the face of women's boxing.
Who's that?
Not her.
It's Alicia Bongono. And I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you that. She's the face of women's boxing. And if you want to look at it like that, you can at least put her as the American face of women's boxing. But if you want to look at the face of boxing globally, you can say it's Katie Taylor. She's the gold standard.
Okay.
And everything.
Not Amanda.
Because here's the thing. I believe all these fighters will be A-sides to Carissa Shields. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Alicia Bongono now will be. I believe that Chantel Cameron is. And you have to realize, when she fought Savannah Marshall and it took place in the UK, who was the A-side? Savannah Marshall was. That is the best name on her resume. And let's look, that's the best name she fought. And if we look at it, she's making all these nope. Like, it's not a high rating every time Carissa Shields fights. It's not really high ratings. I think she talks out of her ass all the time, and I think she really needs to stop putting her 2 cents in, because you're putting. I'm not the one trying to pick a fight with a 20-year retired fighter that has no business wanting to fight anymore. Because let's look at it like this: if she was fighting in that heyday, I don't think she would be as good as she is. I think Ann Wolf would have knocked her out.
Yep.
I think Layla Ali in her prime would beat her. And I think Chrissy Martin would give her fits.
Oh, yeah. I like the Chrissy. Oh, no. I like the Chrissy Martin story, but I haven't seen the movie. So here's the deal, Drew. Clarissa Shields thinks she's a big superstar because she's had a movie about her. And it was a good movie. I saw the movie. I liked it. It was pretty good. But I don't like the fact that she said, look, I don't like the fact that what she said about Shadacia Green. Here's so on the co-main event, guys, I appreciate everybody that's still riding with us. ESPN Friday night, co-main event, Shadacia Green was stopped. She is a unified world champion. She was stopped in an upset. And I love an upset. Who doesn't love an upset sports story by Lanny Daniels? But this one ended up, it kind of could have been a tragedy, guys. We talk about how dangerous the sport of boxing. You don't play boxing. Shadacia Green was a heavy favorite. She gets knocked out. She gets stopped, and it got scary.
Refs should have stopped it right there.
She's still standing, but what happened afterwards is what's scary. She definitely had to go to the hospital, hospitalized, and it was found that she had brain bleeding of the brain. And because of where there are certain states that will allow you to continue to box if you have an MRI that proves that there is no longer any damage. She says she wants to fight. She says she came out of it. She could have slipped into a coma like other fighters this year have, man. Other fighters have slipped into a coma. Could have been very scary. Drew, she says she wants to keep fighting. I mean, what's your thoughts? She should keep fighting? Scary.
It's scary, but
that's all she knows.
I would give it a thought about it, but I think it should have been stopped earlier than that.
Yep. Horrible
I
referee.
think the ref was too lingering with her. You see, she wasn't defending herself and everything. You could have. I know her hands were up, but you could have just stopped it.
Yes.
Hey, thank you to Mom Food, who's being an awesome mod. There was one other boxing story this Saturday afternoon. Obviously, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because he's coming to the U.S. and he's a silver medalist, Olympic silver medalist in the light heavyweight division. I've been a fan of him because the dude is a performer. He's an entertainer. He likes to showboat. He got exposed in one fight where he was showboating too much. And was it Liam Cameron? I'm talking about Ben Whitaker, guys. He won the rematch handily, knocked him out, stopped him. This guy, Brian Suarez from Argentina's sole job was to give Ben Whitaker rounds. And it ended like this, guys. First round knockout. You can watch the entire fight on YouTube. It's there. He ate a right hand. Ooh, that was a thunderous shot. You could hear that shot. Listen to that. To the body. Right hand. That's nasty, man. That's nasty. In the co-main event, it was supposed to be David Morrell, Cuban fighter who, he was training in Vegas for this fight, right? Vince, I think I saw him with Raleigh in the same gym as Raleigh. And David Morrell was going to be the co-main fighter. His opponent, I think he got an injury about 2 weeks ago. And David Morrell, it's Callum Smith, the guy who fought Canelo Alvarez, man. That's a hell of a fight. That's who it was. I forgot. Callum Smith, who Canelo Alvarez busted his bicep in a super middleweight matchup. David Morrell said, look, man, I've been training for this fight. This is a massive opponent, former world champion. What's wrong with you, Ben Whitaker? Fight me. He told Ben Whitaker. Yeah. He told Matchroom Boxing, dude, put me in. Let's go. Main event. And Ben Whitaker wanted nothing to do with David Morrell. I don't know. He played diva. He says, I don't want anything to do with that. No, this is the guy I'm going to fight. You could go fight someone else. Whatever he said to him. It didn't sit well with me because David Morrell, he gave him the perfect response. David Morrell said, look, how the hell are we the same age and you're still a prospect? You're still fighting, tomato cans. We're the same age. And I'm already been having world title opportunities and fought David Benavidez. He made a good argument, man. Drew, your thoughts on Ben Whitaker? He's coming to the U.S. on the Xander Zayas undercard. He's making his U.S. debut.
Ben needs to play it better. You don't want to legitimately tell the dude you don't want to fight him. Like, you need to be smarter than that. And, like, you could have just said, hey, I've been training for this guy. I'm going to fight that guy. I've been training for him. And if I'm going to fight you as a replacement, I need time to train for you. And I will agree with that because he's a contender and everything, but I think it's a bad showing for Ben. I think they need to up the ante with Ben Whitaker. I think it's not that time. You have to see what you got, and that's the problem with promoters.
He's good, man.
You wait too long.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. I'm sorry, Ben Whitaker. If he
is a good fighter.
He's very athletic. He's got pinpoint accuracy. He's got style. He can be a showman, but we need to see how he does against actual other contenders. And I wouldn't mind seeing him versus David Morrell on the undercard of the Xander Zayas. I think if you're going to come to the U.S., you got to make a splash, man. It did not work out for UK fighter Anthony Joshua when he made his American debut. Remember, he lost his American. Didn't he lose his American debut?
Yeah, it was Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Matchroom Boxing, things have gotten pretty serious with him and Dana White of Las Vegas. They were supposedly going to fight.
Accept. Listen, pussy. If I'm a pussy, come and show me I'm a pussy. You called me out for a fight. I accept. Listen, pussy. If I'm a pussy, come and show me I'm a pussy. And now he's going, well, I'm 57 years old. I said, no, you told me I wouldn't do it and I'm a pussy. So what are you? An old pussy. I know the numbers. I know the business. I know the numbers it does. It's huge.
These two were going to fight? They were going to fight?
Pussy a lot.
I know. I think I did a remix there with the rewind button, but they were going to fight? On what? On Zuffa? They probably argued about whether it was going to be on Zuffa or if it was going to be on DAZN.
Oh, they're going to fight on Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, hell, that's right. I mean, Zuffa fights on Sunday. Zuffa
we're going to have to fight on Saturday because I go to church on Sunday.
Yes. Sunday's Boxing Day. I mean, on football.
Yeah.
Not boxing.
Hey, guys, there's a huge rumor, and this is just a rumor, but the rumor is that PBC is in negotiation with DAZN to finally formalize, to join the branch of DAZN, to be the fifth branch. You know, that would be epic. I think it's a wonderful move because it means that PBC fighters could fight Oscars, Golden Boy, could fight top-ranked fighters, could fight Matchroom, Queensberry. Who else is on there? Do you think it's likely, Drew? You think they're going to do it?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
No? You got one no and one yeah.
I'm going to say yeah.
You never know. You never know with Al Heyman.
Well, they got 30 fighters anyways.
They're screwed anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Well, we're just 2 weeks away from one of the biggest fights of the year here in Las Vegas. Cinco de Mayo does not involve Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez had a lot to say when he heard this. The May 2nd fight between David Benavidez, and I've been to plenty of his fights in Las Vegas, and Zurdo Ramirez for a unified cruiserweight championship matchup is not selling well at the T-Mobile. Surprise, surprise. I'm a little surprised. Vince, they did it. They've cut off the top section, and if you bought nosebleeds for $300 or $350, you just got an upgrade. You just got a free upgrade because they're going to close off the top and they're moving people up front, which means the full capacity is going to be much more limited, which is exactly what happened last year Sunday. This is on a Saturday, but when you went to the Inoue fight, I went to the Inoue fight, Emiliano was on it. They're going to cut off capacity. So
that's what you get for overpricing your tickets.
That actually means that if you do want to get last minute tickets, they're going to jump in price because there's a lot less of them available now. But if you did buy the nosebleeds,
MGM.
Yeah, it would have sold out. Yeah, there's a big difference. Big difference between 13,000 and like 18, 19, 20,000 seat arenas. Getting that last 6,000 people, but 13,000 people, that's really doable. I think they would have sold that out very easily.
Here's a question for you. What lost to Zurdo Ramirez hurt David Benavidez?
Because he could go back to super middleweight. I'm sorry, I mean light heavyweight.
I think it can because how dominant Demetrius Bivol was against Zurdo. And
he was.
A potential Benavidez opponent is Demetrius Bivol. I don't think he can go back to light heavyweight. I think it would be a dumb move to go back down 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And fight light heavyweight. You moved up to cruiserweight. You're staying at cruiserweight.
Yes.
It's not a good move to go back down 25 pounds.
Yeah, it hasn't worked out for a lot of fighters in the past. Hey, Wiley says, how hard is it to sell tickets? Just lower the prices. It'll sell tickets. You're absolutely right about that, man. That's basically it.
please don't show Oscar in fistnets, and you'll be good.
WrestleMania, by the way, WrestleMania came out with a 25% off discount code at the last minute, and that helped bumped up ticket sales. That's what you need, man. Just sell these 25% off tickets for the May 2nd fight. Maybe even I'll go to that. Hey, there's a few other news. Let's touch on some news. We talked about all the fights that were this weekend. There's not too much that I'm excited about this weekend. But since we talked about Zuffa Boxing, they do have a really good card coming up May 10th. That's the week after Cinco de Mayo. And there's some other things that we got to talk about. Richardson Hitchens was the 140-pound champion. Vince, I was telling you, Richardson Hitchens' belt would be a perfect belt for your nephew Emiliano Vargas to try to snatch up. But it looks like that belt is now going to be officially up for grabs.
And he ain't got nobody to fight yet. He's supposed to fight in New York.
And obviously it would be worthy. Richardson Hitchens signed with Zuffa. Come on, picture. Come over here. Hitchens officially vacated the IBF junior welterweight title and moves up to 147 pounds. He signed a contract with Zuffa. But the worst part about it is that he was going to fight the Golden Boy fighter, Oscar Duarte, and a night or two before the fight, he dropped out.
The heart muscle.
Yep. They should have stripped him of his title because the IBF, they're pretty strict. But he vacated. He's signed with Zuffa now. Zuffa does not have a 140-pound division. That's a very interesting thing. They do not have a 140-pound division.
That's crazy.
Hitchens says, I couldn't even make weight. So the belt is up for grabs. Now, it looks like the IBF is going to schedule 2 Mexican fighters. Oscar Duarte, who was supposed to fight for that title just a couple months ago or less than a month ago, and Top Rank's other Mexican fighter. Who's the other Mexican fighter from Top Rank? Lindolfo Delgado. So I'm telling you, Vince, if Lindolfo gets past Oscar Duarte of Golden Boy,
yeah,
that's the fight they're gonna have to angle.
And plus, Dylan Capetillo's fighting on the David Benavidez card.
No,
for second
really?
fight.
I don't have his highlight, guys. Hey, guys, go out there and research Dylan Capetillo of Capetillo's Gym. I think you saw him the other day. He had his debut at the Cosmopolitan, and he knocked the guy out, man. That's on YouTube. Dylan Capetillo's debut. A very
First
good
round.
knockout. A very, very good knockout. You can't ask for more than that.
Hell no. And he's only 17.
Yup. What was going on this weekend in fights? Drew, any good fights that I should be aware of that are coming up this weekend?
Not that no.
I think the guy who lost his wig is fighting.
Yeah, he said he
Big
is.
Baby Miller
Yeah, I seen that.
lost his top piece.
Yeah, we'll hear.
Where's my vacuum? Where's my vacuum? Drew?
Do I still got a picture of that from when he lost his wig? It was a wonderful hairpiece, man. It was just not glued on correctly. His barber.
He's Gorilla Glue.
So the question is, does he wear the wig or does he not wear the wig again? I mean,
shave your fucking head, dude.
That's what you say?
Be proud of being bald.
I'll be funny,
I'll
man.
go bald. Fuck it. Just leave a little hair around it.
If this Wednesday at the press conference and Thursday you see him at the final presser with the wig, I promise.
He should buy a bag of wigs and just throw them out to the crowd.
I promises. Well, guys, what's really exciting, Vince, I'm a Golden Knights fan. I was telling you I was looking for a hat the other day. I'm surprised that they did beat this young and hungry team from Utah. They're up 1. They're playing tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. I'm very excited about that. I'll be watching that. I'll be watching the Giants versus the Dodgers, obviously, and some Golden Knights. Drew, you guys are up 2. When do you guys play? Let me see here.
They travel right now, probably.
Did you just win again, Drew? You're up 3 games to nothing?
No, we're up 2 games to nothing. We just won.
2-0. Yeah,
okay.
Tonight.
Flyers versus Penguins. When do you guys play again?
Probably not tomorrow, but the next day.
Yeah. Friday.
Yeah, take that 5 or 6 hour bus ride back.
Thursday.
You're definitely moving on to the next.
I wonder why the Knights didn't play today. Is because they had Raw inside the arena. They usually have like back-to-back games. But they didn't have a back-to-back because the Raw's in there today. I guess they thought the Knights were going to make the playoffs.
Man, I hope the Knights continue to win. That 4-2 was a good performance.
I
That's
hope
a
they
tough
win
team.
the whole thing. So I go to the parade. It's cool going to the parade.
You know, between baseball and hockey, there's just no comparison. Like, there was a really good. They really slugged it out, the Golden Knights, in that game. There was a pretty good fight. And Drew, it's the same thing with your Penguins and Flyers, man.
Well, they hate each other.
Fists go flying, man. It's great. It ain't like baseball at all, where the whole team comes out and people are tackling each other, trying to hit each other in the nuts.
Hey, that's the Yankees. The Yankees and Red Sox are like that. They hate each other.
That's right. I mentioned this on Zuffa. Mosley Jr., who makes his home out of Las Vegas and trains in Las Vegas, he's fighting Serhii Bohacek in the middleweight division. He last fought, I remember Mosley Jr., he had a very good debut on Zuffa, I think, and he fought Jesus Ramos Jr. recently for a interim middleweight title, but he came up short. He moved over to Zuffa. Serhii Bohacek, as far as I know, he's coming off a loss to Brandon Adams, as far as I remember, but that's Sunday, May 10th. That would be a great fight to watch. I wonder who else is on that card, Vince. Because I think like Floyd Diaz is due for another fight, man.
Yeah, he said he's gonna be having an announcement pretty soon. I talked to him, and
if it's that fight, man, I'd love to go.
No, I don't think it's not gonna be this one. Not in May.
Nonetheless, I thought I'd end the show with this, since I really didn't think about what else, but this is a pretty interesting story. Drew, if you missed it, the wrestlers from Wrestlemania were holed up at the MGM Grand in normal rooms that you and I could get. You know what I mean? Like everyday budget rooms at the MGM Grand. And all of these great wrestlers were accosted by screaming fans demanding pictures, fans touching on them. You know what I mean? It was pretty rough for these people. But they also had, the WWE hosted some type of dinner. It was an awards show.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, Vince. What casino was this at? I think they had it at New Orleans. I was reading about this.
Or I thought it was at Park Place, Park MGM or something.
They had the thing, and Kevin Nash rips the WWE Hall of Fame catering. He said he was there for 6 hours, and he was freaking hungry. He kept asking, "Where's the food?" They had they had an awards show without food. 6 hours.
Wow.
You're sitting at a table, at the banquet table, and you're wondering, like, where's the appetizers, man? They didn't give these people a soda. I'm sure they did. I mean, they must have had sodas at least, or cocktails, but no food? Can you imagine going to a Mexican wedding or a quinceañera and they don't have food?
Oh, hell no.
They have big drunk.
Hell no.
What's going on at the WWE, Drew? Do they need to get rid of, who do they need to get rid of, bro? They're not even paying for food.
I don't know, but
Turkey.
I think they got it cheap. They got to cut money anyway. TKO is actually in debt.
I thought TKO was going to inject a ton of cash into all of this.
So we thought.
Damn, they can't even get the
$3 billion in debt. Come on.
Can't even get.
I love it. That's what they get.
You know, you think you're gonna go to this award show and they say fish or chicken. They said
man,
nothing. Hey, I'm Dave in the 702. I appreciate it. 702 Man Cave was in the building. Drew Evo. Drew, any final thoughts? And I'll do Vince too.
acknowledge me.
Yeah, acknowledge him. Guys, this may be the only show this week, but stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button, the notifications. Make sure you're subscribed. Vince, any final words, man? Come on, we got the Dodgers versus Giants.
You know what? That's all I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be calling you. You better answer your phone.
I mean, you got to do you want to give a bold prediction?
We're going to beat you 2-1.
All right. I agree with that. All
Hey,
right, Drew.
You be fucking generous now.
Drew already said 0-3.
Drew said sweep.
We'll check back in with everybody and see how the Golden Knights are doing
Great.
and how the Flyers are doing. Until then, peace out, everybody. Peace.
Peace.